Hello, let's do Wordle number 941, and today's Ranks rant is for the villains theme. So I thought about what I wanted to do with villains, and something that came to mind is, have you noticed that at least in American media, a lot of villains have the specific British accent of received pronunciation, RP, also called like the King or Queen's English or BBC English. It's sort of that very refined, at least the trope is that it's a very refined accent and very intellectual accent. And so I thought about some roles that may not even necessarily use RP specifically, but in American media, you've got this villain who's supposed to be portrayed as like educated, intellectual, and formidable. And they often have some kind of unique accent, very similar to RP or exactly RP. And it distinguishes them from the rest of the characters in the movie or TV show or whatever it is. So I didn't want to pick examples where just everyone has an English accent, like Harry Potter, right? Yeah, the villains in Harry Potter have an English accent, but so do the other characters. So here's what I came up with. I'm sure you could put in the comments plenty of others, but I'm going to try to play short clips. I hope that doesn't copyright me. We'll see what happens, but I'll try some short clips of each of these characters speaking, so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about. And there's plenty of other examples, but so we've got Anthony Hopkins, who played Hannibal Lecter. He didn't exactly pick a received pronunciation accent, but he sort of mixed a kind of American and British accent to create kind of his own special, kind of very refined sounding accent. So here's that.
Dr. Lecter, my name is Clarice Starling. Can I speak with you?
You're one of Jack Croft's, aren't you?
I am, yes.
May I see your credentials?
All right, and then also Ian McKellen played Magneto in X-Men. Not everyone in X-Men had a British accent, but Magneto certainly did. So here's that.
I could use a man of your talents.
I'm in.
Welcome to the Brotherhood.
And then we've got Ian McDermott, who played Palpatine in Star Wars. I think Star Wars has a lot of very distinct accents, so I'm not sure how good this example is, but here you go.
Don't you wonder why they won't make you a Jedi Master?
I wish I knew.
And then we've got, of course, Jeremy Irons, who played Scar in The Lion King. Very much a received pronunciation accent, which was a little bit strange because his entire family spoke with an American accent otherwise. So here's that.
Hey, Uncle Scar, guess what?
I despise guessing games.
I'm gonna be king of Pride Rock.
Oh, goody.
And then Dustin Hoffman did something interesting with Hook, where, he was still a pirate. So playing Hook in the movie Hook with Robin Williams. So like Robin Williams had the American accent, right? And so, and I think all Lost Boys did, though I'm not 100% sure on that. It's been a while since I saw the movie and I didn't really research it that much. But Dustin Hoffman kind of invented kind of an extreme accent for that still sounded like a pirate, but distinguished Hook from the rest of the pirates who used a different accent. So here's that.
Me? Agreed to a preposterous plan, an absurd war. Now I'm bound by my indefatigable good form to wait.
Fix you a nice plate.
Wait for what?
All right, so let's talk about the reasons this might have happened. And I thought about this as well. And so the more obvious reason is that it kind of gives an air of formality, education, poshness, right? It makes the villain seem sophisticated, elegant, charming. We love that kind of villain where they seem more formidable because they are educated, right? If it's just a villain who's just running around shooting things, right? That's just your standard. That doesn't count as a villain, right? That's just like a stumbling block along the way where Batman's just, or whatever, whoever is going through and just getting through everything. But it's the villain who, like the Lex Luthor type, right? Lex Luthor doesn't always have a British accent. I'm not sure how often he even would have a British accent, but that type where it's a formidable opponent, you get that sort of accent going on to sort of contrast them against the other characters. It makes them distinct, it makes them memorable, it makes them seem foreign and other, so we're more likely to root against them. There's also kind of the concept that like a lot of our media that focuses on, at least American media, right? When I say our, I mean American media, that focuses on the American Revolution or the Founding Fathers, things like that, you're going to have the villains are going to be British, and so they're going to have British accents. So here's my question for you. Is this a stereotype or is this a trope? I'm leaning towards trope. It's just something movies and media generally lean on to just immediately get you into the mindset of like, oh, this person's educated, this person's sophisticated. We need to watch out for that person. They are other. I don't think it's really a stereotype of like, oh, everyone who speaks with this particular received pronunciation accent is evil. Like, we don't consider like the king or queen of Great Britain to be evil. I mean, we don't consider them to be our king or queen, but we don't really consider them evil necessarily. So yeah, I don't think it really translates to, oh, I'm hearing someone speak like that, they must be evil. So I don't think it's really a stereotype. I think it's more of a trope. So that's my opinion. So all that said, I picked Cable Wire, his suggestion, because he suggested Scars for Scar in The Lion King and Hooky for Captain Hook from Peter Pan. So those were two of my examples for a reason. All right, we have an O in the middle. Now, let's see if I remember how to play Wordle instead of ranting. What could we do with an O in the middle here? I'm trying to think about the common letters like T, N, and L. That O in the middle is throwing me off a bit. Maybe it's like an O-E word, right? O and then ends in E. I would want to start with two consonants. So maybe like L-O and then, and then E. Clone came to mind. We were talking about Star Wars, Clone Wars, but there's no C. Is there not anything else that's L-O-N-E? There's alone, but there's no A in the word. What if I guess blown? That's kind of fun. Let's give that a try, see where that leads us. For a second, I thought I got it in 3. That's very close, though. B-L-O-N. Oh, blonde. Interesting. Cool. I feel like this one's going to be a struggle for a lot of people. Normally, we're used to spelling blonde with an E at the end, I'm pretty sure. But I think the distinguishing factor is blonde with an E at the end is women with that color hair, and then blonde without the E is men. I heard that once. I might be giving you bad info, so let me know if that's true or not. But I had heard that, so it might be true, it might not be. It could just be that blonde without the E has some other definition that I don't know. So I will actually put something on the screen. I will look it up, and so I don't want to give you bad info, but that's what I thought it was. We'll see if I'm correct or not. So something on the screen somewhere. All right. Let's spin the wheel of themes and see what I'm going to rant about tomorrow. This has been fun. I hope you're having fun with this too. Action verbs, suggested by Tan Man. So 2 action verbs, and I don't know what I'm going to rant about action verbs, but I'll figure out something. And of course, if you enjoyed this, then why not leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.